Hello, what an unexpected turn of events. I'm still alive, and I'm back. Briefly, to do another little video, just to, because I miss you guys, my loyal fans, something like that. So, what we're going to talk about today is a steam locomotive, and indeed a, well, diesel locomotive, I guess. So, this is a steam locomotive. This is a mainline, was it a J72? One of the J70s, I think. I really like this. It makes a nice crunchy sound when it runs along. You can see the motor in the cab, and look, there's some workings here. But I really like this model, but the video is not about this steam locomotive. This is a 00 gauge model, as you're used to seeing on this channel. What I want to talk about in this video is this. This has made some appearances before on the channel, I think. It's been in the background of a video, and also I have made numerous references before to my spares pot, which is up on the top of my desk here, which only has a few things in it at the moment, but it is this, which is an equivalent wagon. Now, for people who might not know what this is SM32, and this is a steam engine, but this is an actual steam engine. This uses steam. This is a proper steam locomotive. It's just a bit smaller than a real one. So I'm going to clear that away and change the camera angle slightly, and then let's have a little look at what this actually is. First off, apologies for it being dusty. This is sort of a properly engineered thing. I was just going to take this cab roof off to get a better glance at the insides, and then I realised that this isn't just screwed on into sort of anything like that. It's actually got little nuts on the bottom of the screws, which is why it wasn't unscrewing when I first tried to unscrew it. Let's see if it seems to have a little nut. Right, here we go. So let's have a little look. The cab, not much space for a driver in there, I think you'll agree. So here's what we have. We have a pressure gauge. This one reads up to 80 psi. And this, how cool is this? This is the throttle. This is an actual regulator. So it pushes down there. And sort of, so that's stopped. Decent speed. That's full chat like that. In here we've also got, this is the direction. This is for direction. I can't remember exactly how, because this hasn't run for many years now, since I was probably 12. I'm 25 now. That is source direction. This is a little reservoir of steam oil, which you fill up before you run. Still got some residual steam oil on there. Oh, it smells fantastic. Yeah, so this is a proper steam locomotive in every single sense. So the way that you use this comes off, and there's a safety valve here, which is probably going to be stuck on. You can see, I think, some paint has come off here where I've tried to get this off before, or I think I probably have got it off before, but with a pair of inappropriately sized tools. Like this. I thought I was tightening it then. I thought that could well be the problem. There, so this is a little safety valve, a proper safety valve. It works and everything. I was going to blow it to make it do the hissing noise, but I cannot blow it. The pressure that would need. But yeah, so what happens is you fill water in here. You fill gas in a little valve in the back here, which is why this cab roof has a little hole in it. Get sort of a big bottle of butane and it down onto this valve here. Fill that with water, and then I seem to remember you just hold a match near it somewhere, and you hear a sort of woof noise. And then a little bit later, you are brewing steam out of the chimney. This is a, for anyone, this is a roundhouse version. This is what's called SM32. It runs on 32mm track. It's a garden scale. I do have a garden railway, which I'll be happy to show at some point. It makes a really nice, you can hear the cylinders sort of chuffing away if I sort of push it along. Hope you can hear that, but it just sounds absolutely fantastic. Let's move it a bit closer. That is amazing. Yeah, so this is a live steam SM32 Loco. It's got a little oil bleed down here. I sort of forgot to mention. And it is absolutely amazing. It needs a bit of light restoration before we try and steam it again. Which I remembered before I put this on, I just said to myself, let's put a little bit of this sort of sewing machine oil. Just to try and lubricate that thread up a little bit. Hopefully it won't get stuck. Again. Lovely. There's more in this fleet. It's not just the one model that I have for some reason. So let me get one of the other things. I think if we just pop this over here. Okay, so I've turned it upside down and I've also broken out the hand cam with this slightly steady camera thing on it, so hopefully this isn't too jarring. But you can see sort of the cylinders here with the actual feed in there going to them. This is the boiler underneath here, like roundhouse. It's the boiler. What does it say? Roundhouse England. Yep. And then the sort of the moving part still a bit oily, which is what you like to see. And yeah, so they just into the cylinders and they sort of function. You can see the secondary black rod. Must confess, never really known what that does, but you can see it here on the back of this wheel moving sort of against the direction of the wheel, and sort of the other pipe here sort of from the back of the firebox, probably part of the regulator or pressure sensor there, I suppose. And this one here at the back is just sort of a drip. You unscrew that, I remember, when you want to run it and sort of oil starts to drip out of it, and I think you tighten it back up again. But yes, so here is the underneath and what that looks like with the brass boiler in there and some of the other running parts. But yeah, so that's the underneath, and that's sort of maybe the workings there. I've moved the steam loco out of the way, and then I'm going to gratuitously put into the frame the grub. And this is, it's Toby, isn't it, from Thomas and Friends. And I think, indeed, at one point it did have a little face on the front of it back when I was very young. So this one, I think these came as a kit. This was built by my dad. There's a bag of sort of spares in here, like worms and things. So the way that one works, again, roof off, and you can see in there it's got a nice big spanner on the back of the cab roof, the back of the cab wall there. There's a bit of wood here. I'm not sure where it is come from. I think this is part of the sort of skirting. I think that's supposed to be in here. Yes, that looks about right. And then this is battery powered. So it's got a motor in here, you can see. Big motor, and it takes, what, 8 AA batteries. And then it has some controls here, so it's reverse, forward. This is on and off, and then that's just a speed controller. I think this is sort of a controller that you can, in theory, use on like a modern railway or something. There you go, speed control unit. As I just said, on, off, input, output. That's how that works. And these are both really cool things. I'll see if I can find some pictures of when these were sort of in service, if you will, on the garden railway that I still do have, but it's very overgrown. This is SM32. I want to do a lot more of SM32. I think it's really interesting. This will obviously be a summertime thing now, but we can certainly do some restoration on some of this stuff before we get to that point. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video, show some cool bits and pieces that I had, and remind everyone that I am still here, and that well, it's coming up to winter now, isn't it? So videos will probably be getting made at a bit of a higher pace coming up, because obviously sort of building model railways is a winter sport, I guess. I tend to, in the summer, do go out on motorbikes and things like that, because the weather is conducive to doing that. So thank you for listening to me witter on. Still here, still going. Still got a 00 layout behind me. Still got two 00 layouts behind me. Got an N-gauge diorama as I had before. I've got a 009 industrial layout that I want to build. In fact, that's why if I loosen off my tripod a little bit in this cabinet, you can see some of the sort of 3D printing I've been doing of 009 things. So yeah, lots to come as and when I can be bothered basically to do it. But stick around, I'm sure we'll have some fun. Bye.